Hi ladies, it's Ziva here. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about I'm going to be talking to you about how to overcome your fears of going out alone, eating out alone, and putting on your big girl panties basically and getting approached, because lots of you are actually nervous about this. And if you're following if you're following me on my Instagram, then you would have just seen me put up a story all about this, and in this video I'm going to be going into detail about this. I have done a video previously, I'll link it up here and in the description box. So if you're on this channel and you want to get more tips and advice from me in terms of beneficial dating and how to go about that, then make sure you check out the link to my beneficial dating ebook in the description box. That's a step-by-step guide to get you on your way, honey. And my Instagram's right here on the screen. So let's get into this topic. First things first, we're going to do a scenario time, because these really help me to explain to you what I think you should be doing. And I think it's about realizing that your mentality and your look and the area that you're in are the three things that really count and really matter. Okay, so let's say that you have gotten dressed up. Okay, you have your hair done nicely, your makeup, your nails. You're making sure that you're wearing something that suits you and where you are going. You have to use your own intuition and use your brain cells at that point and decide what outfit you are going to wear, and you know, whatever suits where you're going. Okay, so once you've done that and you've got your look together and you are happy with it, you have no broken shoes, your shoes aren't talking, you know, you don't have zips missing, buttons popped off, you know, your outfit looks put together. Even if it's cheap, it's put together, you look put together. Then you go out into areas where the men who you personally would like to date are going to be in. So if you're wanting to date somebody who maybe is more established in life, maybe has more, maybe is an older gentleman, something like that, then you're going to be going into the more luxury areas in whichever city that you're in, and you're going to hang around there as much as possible. You're going to run errands there, you're going to do your shopping there, you are going to window shop there if you can't afford to shop there, honey. You're going to eat out there, and if you can't afford to eat out there all the time, go to a brasserie or a cafe and order yourself a, you know, like a herbal tea, order yourself maybe a cake, and you can be in those places by ordering those things instead. As long as you go at the right times where ordering cakes and stuff isn't weird, you can still go to those high-end places and order yourself things that maybe aren't going to break your bank. Now let's go back a tiny bit, because we've jumped from you being dressed to going to those places, but your nerves are going to those places. Okay, so we need to backtrack just a tiny bit. So to get you pumped up and to get you ready to go to those places that you feel nervous going to by yourself, you have to first and foremost make yourself look the best that you feel like you can look that day. And when I say that day, is because as women, one day we may feel good, another day we may not, but that day, make yourself feel the best that you can. Once you've done that, it gives you some leverage. And once you've got that leverage, it helps you to feel more confident, and it gives you that boost to actually go into those areas in the first place that you're feeling nervous and maybe out of place going to. Now, this was a big thing for me initially when I first started going into nice areas, you know, going to Mayfair, going to Chelsea, Knightsbridge, la la la, whatever. It was very, very daunting for me because I didn't feel like I belonged there and I felt very out of place. When you get to the restaurant that you have planned to go to, or the brasserie or the cafe that you have planned to go to, you are going to have a straight back, good posture, look happy in the face, and you're going to use your feminine voice control, and you are going to stand, you know where you have to wait to kind of be seated? You're going to stand there and you're going to wait for somebody, a member of staff, to approach you. Right now it's summertime, isn't it? So ask for a table for one outside for lunch, or if you're intending on having a cake and a tea, say a table for one outside. I want to have a cake and a cup of tea. And that is it. You are going to be seated, and once you're seated, mind your business, look pretty, sit there looking pretty, and enjoy being out. Enjoy the scenery. Enjoy the fact that you have overcome a very big hurdle for yourself. Enjoy it and embrace it. Now you're sitting down and you're at a table by yourself, and there are other people sitting at the tables. So naturally you are going to maybe feel like people are watching you. Maybe you're going to feel like you don't belong. Maybe you're going to feel out of place. But at the end of the day, you have to start somewhere, and you're starting that somewhere right now. Okay? So when you're sitting down, I don't want you thinking about your how to sit and blah, blah, blah. I want you to sit down, have a nice pose, and stay there. Okay? Don't look robotic, but I want you to have a nice pose and stay there. If you're sitting like this, stay there. If you're sitting, you know, with your hands kind of like this on the table, stay there. And when you're moving, just make it natural, you know. But what I'm trying to get at is don't be fidgety, because then you really look out of place, which is how you're feeling. You don't want to look out of place. You maybe you're feeling it, but you don't want to look it. In essence, you just want to make sure that you look relaxed and happy about life. That's how you want to look, honey. Okay, you want to look relaxed and you want to look happy. And once you look like that and you're in the places that the men who you want to date are in, it's up to them. It's up to them if they want to approach you. It's up to them if they are ballsy enough to do that. You have done your job. You have done your part, which is looking pretty, going into the places where these men can find you, and it's then down to them to do the next part. It's down to them to do the chase. It's down to them to do the hunt. You have put yourself in the place for them to see you. It's up to them to do the rest of the work. Okay? So I feel like once you have done that, that's the most that you can do. Unless you're going online dating as well, then obviously that's another step you can do. But in terms of going out, mind your business and look your best. That's literally all you need to do. Look your best, mind your business. I get DMs and DMs and DMs asking about this. How do I go out by myself? How do I get guys to approach me? You look your best and you go into the areas where they are and you mind your business looking happy. That's what you do. And it's entirely up to them whether they approach. If you are their type, maybe they are happily married and blah, blah, blah. You know, there are just so many different factors that come into why somebody's not approaching you. And you also must remember that with guys who are from a different different people do different things. Okay, the people who have nothing to lose act as though they have nothing to lose. The people that have things to lose act as though they have things to lose. So they're not just going around here approaching every single thing that walks. They're not doing that because they have standards. The men who have nothing to lose really don't have standards, and they will approach anything with a skirt. But these types of men aren't doing that. So understand that you are going to have less approaches. They may be few and far between, but the ones that you will have will be of more quality. Now let's get into mentality, because this is a big deal, because one thing that you must actually appreciate me saying and realize is that when you are feeling uncomfortable, sometimes it's showing in your face, and you don't want to be looking uncomfortable, because then people are not going to want to approach the uncomfortable woman. So you want to look happy and fun and all of that jazz to make people feel comfortable enough to come and approach you. So it's all about putting yourself in the guy's point of view, or the woman's point of view, whoever you're into dating. Whatever masculine energy you want to approach you, it's about putting yourself in their shoes and thinking, if I was a guy, would I approach me how I look today? Would I approach me in terms of my outfit, in terms of my perfume, in terms of my makeup, in terms of my facial expressions? Do I look happy? Would I approach me if I was a guy? That's what you have to think, and you have to put yourselves into the masculine energy's shoes. And once you've done that, it will help you to assess if you would actually approach you, if you look approachable or not. You're already in the areas that you need to be in. Now it's just about making yourself look as approachable as possible. And we have spoken about open facial expressions before. Let's get into that again. So an open facial expression is one where you may be lifting your brows to, instead of, this is me not lifting my brows. This is me lifting my brows. There's a difference. And there's a difference in my energy when I'm doing it as well, in terms of walking around here, low brows, and putting my brows up. It instantaneously just makes me feel like that chick. Whereas with my low brows, I don't feel like her. So do the things that are making you feel like that chick. Do the things that are making you feel more confident and more classy. The things that are making you feel more elegant and as though you fit into the places that you are in. So now let's go forward again. So you're sitting down and you are waiting for your tea or whatever you have ordered to come out. And at that point, you are feeling a little bit nervous still. You feel as though maybe people are watching you, because you're feeling uneasy because it's a new experience for you. I want you to be planning in your mind at that time how the approach could possibly happen. I want you to be using your creative mind to think about something that positively stimulates your mind and makes you feel happy and that makes you feel really good. And ultimately, let's just say that that thought is you imagining an approach happening. You imagining you sitting there right then and there how you are, and somebody actually approaching you. Just imagine it. Imagine how you would feel if that approach happened. Imagine how the conversation might go. Imagine what kind of man it would be, what he might be wearing. Just imagine those things, because once you do that, it puts you into the state of being more approachable in my eyes and in my opinion. And this is something that I have done multiple times. And once I've done it, I'm not even joking to you, I have been approached. And it doesn't happen every single time that I just imagine it and I'm being approached, but it has happened enough times for me to do a video about it, and it has happened enough times for me to even notice that it's actually happening. That mentality, that happiness, that feeling of hope and excitement is what you need to look more appealing. It's what you need to look more inviting and more approachable. So it's helpful for you in terms of your mental state and it's also helpful for the guys who may be wanting to approach you, because now you actually look approachable. Okay, so you're thinking about that. Maybe you don't want to think about that, and if so, then fine. Think about some other outfits that you might want to wear on other days when you go out doing the same kind of thing. Think of anything that gives you a positive, uplifting feeling, and also don't forget to be in the moment. Enjoy what's going on then and there. I feel as though that's something that's really important. So when you get home, you can reflect back on where you went, the things that you saw, maybe you got speaking to somebody there, or even had a nice conversation with the waiter staff, or whatever it is. I want you to really, really enjoy being out and just enjoy your days by yourself. I think that that's something that's really important. You actually have to enjoy it, otherwise you're going to look like you're not enjoying yourself, thus looking unapproachable. So going out on these days where you're actually kind of wanting to meet someone, but you're having these days out by yourself, having a nice time, enjoying life, looking your best. On those days, I want you to play about with times. Don't just go out the same days, same times. If you can avoid it, if you can help it, then I want you to try going out different times, different days, different venues, different luxury areas. I want you to try different things, because switching things up, your times, your days, your areas, your venues, it helps you to meet more of a variety of people than if you just go to the same places, same day, same time, etc. So make sure that you are switching things up and you're not doing things the same way. Also, when it comes to outfits, try different things, different colors, different makeup looks, try different hairstyles, try different things. But if you find something that really, really suits you, and you notice that you get more attention, more looks, maybe more people speaking to you, maybe you are getting those approaches, then that's a look clearly that is working for you if you're being approached by the people who you want to be approached by when you're looking that way. And I want to make that very clear. If you are being looked at and having attention from the men who you want to have attention from, then you're doing it right. Then you're going to the right areas. Then you are going to the right places. You're clearly wearing the right things and you have the right look. Okay, so then it's just about making yourself possibly looking more approachable, and smiling does that. Okay, smiling actually does it. And remember that when you sit down, if you are at bar seating area and somebody is just 2 seats down from you, if it's someone who maybe you would be interested in speaking to, then when you sit down, say afternoon or evening, and he might actually say it to you first, but you can definitely say that it's a bar seating etiquette, like I have said before in a previous video. And that is also a very subtle icebreaker. It doesn't look as though you're trying to stimulate a conversation, but at the same time, now there is a conversation to be had and you have opened that floor without it even looking as though that's what you're even wanting. So just remember that that's something that you can do if you're at bar seating area, if you're at the bar seating area. But if you're just at the table, then obviously, you know, it's a bit awkward to do that. Remember that you are just making the most of your appearance. You're going into the places that men who you want to approach you are going to be in, and you are looking as approachable as possible. And that is your only work. That is the only thing that they're the only things that you need to do. Relax, allow these things to transpire. You don't have to be, you know, when's it going to happen, la la, because it's the vibration, okay, and it's just off. So it's about making sure that you are relaxed, go out, looking your best, enjoy your time by yourself, enjoy your day, you know, plan nice things to do by yourself. I want you to comment below if you are one of the ladies who is out here going out to eat by yourself, and if you're not, then comment below if you are going to try to do it and feel the fear and do it regardless. I want to know in the comments, honey. So I'm going to love you and leave you here and I'll see you ladies in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I can't wait to see you guys in my next video.